Oh my god. I just broke my computer. What's up? Hello everybody. So today, I just been seeing this tag go around. It's like very low key. Not many people are doing it. No, but a lot of people have been doing the book recommendation tag. And I thought that it's been around 2 years since I started reading and it's coming up on the anniversary. So I was like, this is perfect. I can take my 2 years of experience and condense it into 15 questions. This was definitely hard. I'm just gonna give you what I came up with, all right? This is probably going to change next month. Like, I probably won't even have the same thoughts about this, but this is what I feel right now in this moment, and that's what we're going to document, and that's what we're going to show. I took Steph Bohr's questions and I also took Larry Reeves' questions, and I kind of mixed them together because I like some like these. I just made my own set of questions, kind of. But it's still Steph's video idea, and yeah, you should go and watch hers. I quite actually enjoyed hers, and I enjoyed Larry's too. So anyway, let's get started. So the first prompt is a book that you tell everyone is your favorite. If someone's coming up to me like a stranger and they're asking me what's my favorite book, I'm going to go with the safe option, because when I read this prompt, I knew immediately what my favorite book was. But I was like, that's not really for the general public. So for the general public, my safe option is always going to be The Downstairs Girl by Stacey Lee. This has Chinese American rep, this has the suffrage movement, this has a beautiful love story, and also a mystery. It's so good. And y'all, once I got 40% or after page 100, flew through it, could not tell me to stop reading this book, finish it in one sitting. I like this book. This is my favorite book because the romance is really cute, it's really wholesome, and I did not expect the mystery. Like, this book just took a turn that I just didn't see coming, and it was so good. If you want some suffrage movement, if you want Chinese American rep, if you want a nice, cute, wholesome romance, this is also historical fiction. Next prompt, a book that is your guilty pleasure. Okay, so I took this as like something that, maybe not everyone's into. Maybe this is something that you feel like the general public probably doesn't like this or reach for it or gravitate towards it, but I do. So I chose the Hockey Hottie series by Piper Rain. Get this, I only have read and only have interest in like 3 of them. I read the first one, the third one, and the fourth one. 2, 5, and 6. I have not read those and I don't really want to, but those 3, they're so good. And they introduced me to tropes that I thought I did not like, i.e. brother's best friend. But suddenly Piper Rain she got me. And yeah, so basically these are kind of what it sounds like. They're hockey romances, and the first half of the series follows 3 hockey players, and then the next half follows a different group, but they're all in the same like friend group. It's a bunch of interconnected standalones, as you can tell, because I skipped the second book and didn't finish the rest of the series, but I'm feeling fine. I may continue, I may read the last 2, but I'm not so sure. But yes, there's just something about them. And I listened to them on audiobook and I didn't hate it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. All right, next we have a book everyone loved, but you did it. This is getting turned into a TV show or a movie, I don't know. But either way, you know what? It depends on who's casted in it, but I'm most likely not gonna watch it. You know what the funny thing is? I did a whole reading vlog on Daisy Jones and the Six so I could prepare for the show coming out this month, or by the time you see this, actually, I don't know when you're gonna see this. Anyway, for the show coming out in March, I think I'm on episode 2. I think the whole series is out. Yeah, but this is the thing. I didn't even really like Daisy Jones and the Six, so I'm not that adamant about finishing the series. Anyway, how do we start talking about this book? It happened one summer. I got this because everyone was saying that it was so good, and it's based off of Alexa. That's her name, right? Oh my god. Alexis. Who is Alexa? Based off of Alexis from Schitt's Creek. Love Schitt's Creek. I watched it during quarantine. Show was so funny. I love that show. So immediately, once I heard Schitt's Creek inspired, once I heard Alexis, I was going to read it. I read it. It was addicting. I couldn't stop. I couldn't put it down, but I didn't like it. The smut scenes, they were too much for me. And also, this is very similar. And when I say very similar, I mean extremely similar to The Simple Wild by Kay Tucker. And spoiler, I will have that book featured in this video coming soon. But no, this book, I just didn't like it. The man, Brendan, he just was not doing it for me. But I feel like this could have been so good. Like, I wish I liked this. Like, the fisherman, the aquatic aspect of this book, I feel like I could have liked it, but oh well, I guess. Number 4, a book you read the fastest. This is gonna probably raise an eyebrow, but The Wall of Women Peg by Marianne Zapata. This is a wall. This book is a wall. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know how I read this 665-page book in 2 days. I've read a book in one sitting, like the Mindfuck series. I've read that in one sitting. Other books, but I'm thinking about this as a book that I've enjoyed and I read the fastest, and it's this. I read this in 2 days. I remember I woke up, I randomly picked this book up. I was on page 200 in a matter of hours. Then all of a sudden, the rest of the day is just this book. Tomorrow comes, it's still this book. I finish it, I'm like, this book was so good. 10 stars? But I read this the fastest. This was my first Marianne Zapata book. And the slow burn, it was so domestic. And I had not read such a domestic slow burn romance that just felt so much like real life. I was watching 2 people fall in love and connect and have chemistry. Like, I had never read that before, but it was what I was looking for. And so once I found what I was looking for, no Elton John.
Y'all, the way that's not even Elton John's song. The joke did not land.
I couldn't put this down. And ever since then, I've been reading Marianne Zapata. I think I read, including this, I think I read 4 of her books so far. And I haven't hated a single one of them. I think we have something good going on. Number 5, a book that deserves more hype. I gotta give it to Christopher Medes. Hannah Who Fell from the Sky. I found this book at it was like a discount bookstore in the middle of nowhere when I was on vacation, and I saw this and I saw cult polygamy. I thought this book was going to be about polygamy and just like kind of a cult setting. It isn't a cult setting, and it is sort of about polygamy, but there's magical realism. There's a bunch of other aspects of this book, and also romance that I didn't see coming yet again. Like, all these books that I love has an unsuspected, unknowing romance occurring that I end up loving. Magical realism, romance, small town. Ew, me saying that, but no, like, it's not a romance book, but it also has cults and just a lot of stuff happens in this book. Look up trigger warnings. It's very upsetting and disgusting, but this book is really good. The writing, it's so atmospheric, but it's also very digestible, so it doesn't feel like a bunch of flowery writing and language, and it's taking away from the story. If anything, it adds to the story, and yeah, I highly rag. All right, so next prompt is a book that is becoming a movie/TV show. I would have put Daisy Jones to 6, but hey, it's already out. I could have put It Happened One Summer, but I don't like that book. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure The Spanish Love Deception is becoming a movie, so I'm gonna have to put that.
I also saw that the director that directed The Hating Game is going to be directing the Spanish Love Deception movie. All I gotta say is, God help me.
I read that, I think, 2 summers ago, and I enjoyed it. I read it before TikTok really got a hold of it and just started bashing it for no reason. I'm like, guys, why do we hate this? I quite enjoyed it, actually. I give it a 4.5. I actually like their trip to Spain. I actually like when they were playing soccer in the field, and I'm pretty sure Aaron picked Lena up. I think I was actually screaming and kicking my feet. And then when they got back to the US and he bought her tacos, I liked it. That I will be watching, but if it's anything like The Hating Game. Number 7, a book that you reread the most. Now, I don't reread books. I wish I had the ability to, but if I've already read something, it's just work, because I just know what's gonna happen already. I would much rather read something new. A book that I do go back to like read scenes, read my annotations, stuff like that, is The Sweetest Oblivion by Daniel Laurie. There's just something about this book that keeps me reading it. I don't know. I'll just flip to a page, start reading it, and be like... I actually read this on the Kindle app before, so I purchased the physical copy so I could put my annotations from my iPad into the book. I haven't done that. Well, actually, I was starting to... You see the one pink tab? This is the only page I've annotated. Guys, because it's going to take me 20 years to do it. The next prompt is a book from a genre that you don't really read. I could have picked a few books, but of course I would want to pick a book that I like from a genre that I don't really read. So, nonfiction isn't my gravitated towards to genre, but I did enjoy Cultish by Amanda Montell. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's about cults and the language of cults and how the language persuades people into joining them, and how in everyday life there is cultish language being used, and how also in everyday life there are cults. So this was very, very interesting and fascinating, and taught me a lot about these pyramid schemes and these companies that I thought were reliable companies, and turns out they're not. Fun fact, Tupperware, babe, it's an LMN. It's multi-level marketing. Guys, I went to the factory, the Tupperware factory, and I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a normal company. No, I was in the presence of something shady going on. That's all I'm gonna say. Didn't see anything shady. Literally, like, went there, took a picture, and was looking at containers. Number 9 is a book that deserves all the hype it gets. For this one, I'm gonna have to say The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I also read this around 2 summers ago, and y'all, it's just so good. There's something about it. There's like nostalgia in it, but I read this when I wasn't close to college at all, and I still just, it felt like college, and it felt like a real group of friends and real couples. And yeah, I love the plots of every single one of them. And Garrett Graham, John Tucker. But yeah, I think it deserves the hype that it gets, and it's created such a fandom. Number 10 is a book you'll never forget, which has to be Cricket Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is one of the couple books that I first read when I was getting back into reading, and there was just something. This book is it was just so much fun, and I actually didn't love Six of Crows. I like Cricket Kingdom better than Six of Crows, and here you just get the gang all together and doing this big adventure heist, going along with them, hearing the jokes, the romances, and if you guys know, you know, chapter 40, yeah, I just remember going through all the emotions, and I just won't forget this book. It's one of my favorite books. It's a part of one of my favorite series and universes. The next prompt kind of goes along with the book that I just talked about, which is a book that has your favorite characters, and that has to be the Grishaverse. They're on my wall. I have 5 pictures of them on my wall. I think someone likes the characters or something. Yes, all the characters except the Darkling. I do not like that man. Everyone in that book, everyone in that series is my favorite. I love them. Matthias is my number 1. Jesper, Nina maybe. But that's in the Six of Crows universe. I love Mal, of course Nikolai, and of course Zoya. But anyways, I love every single one of the books. I have not rated any of those books less than 3 stars. Yeah, only one book is 3 stars. But other than that, the entire series, the entire fandom, the show, it's just so grand, and I love it. Number 12, for the Grishaverse, I have the Rule of Wolves. I brought out Rule of Wolves. I brought out the Bible. Have not touched this in a while, but yeah, I brought this out because if you don't want spoilers on this, skip to this time. Everyone's in this book, so I thought it was a nice I'm not gonna try and say that word. Number 12, a book that you wish you could live in. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This takes place in Alaska, and the girl that we're following, the female main character's dad, lived there and is also he has like a pilot business, and there's this guy named Jonah, and he's a bush pilot and works for the main character's dad. And y'all, the adventures that the female main character goes on, and we just get to see her exploring Alaska and the beautiful wildlife that comes along with it. I don't know, the way that K. Tucker describes the setting and the landscape and just everything is so atmospheric, and literally, like, I wanted to be there. Suddenly, babe, let me get on a plane and go to Alaska. Yes, also, like, the covers are so beautiful. I just love the story as well. But yes, the setting is very comforting. It feels like you're literally there. Babe, I looked out my window, he flies her in the plane. It's very, like, small town. Everybody knows everyone. It was just everything. K. Tucker did it. Number 13 is a book that could cure a reading slump, which I feel like I'm currently in. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This book is just so, I don't want to say fast-paced because it's not insta-love, but like it is fast-paced, and it's just fun. It's just about a girl who doesn't know how to be intimate, and then she gets an escort, and then he's teaching her how to be intimate. And Michael, yeah, he's teaching her how to be intimate, and love blossoms. I just love them. They're so cute together. I could reread it. I just said I can't reread books, but this, if I chose to, this would make me fall in love with reading again. Okay, number 14 is a book that made you cry. Actually, I've cried in a lot of books, even when it's not sad. I cried at the end of The Fine Print, Terms and Conditions. The ending was not sad. The epilogues are literally flash forward into the future, their lives, and why am I crying? They're living happily ever after. So yeah, even if something's not sad, I will definitely still cry. This book is actually sad. Timestamps by Kayla Craig. Read this, I think, in December. So sad. It's about a girl who finds out she has cancer, and her husband kind of just live out her last few days, past and present chapters. So you get to see the past when they met. When they met, it was so cute. Y'all, I wish that was an entire book by itself. You get when they first met, and then you get the present, which is them dealing with cancer. And the way that you can, when you get a past chapter, it is so much fun, and it's so cute and lighthearted, and you can feel your spirits go up. And then you get the present chapter, babe, immediate sadness. You can feel like weight going down your shoulders, just so upsetting and unfortunate, and you can just feel that through the word. The story is beautiful, and also the way it was written was beautiful, and a mix of everything. It was really good, and the message behind it was like, how do you want people to remember you when you're gone? And yeah, I took away some lessons from that book. Now the last one is a book you wish you could read for the first time, and I think we all know what I'm gonna say. Like, if you watch my channel and you watch like a few of my videos, maybe no, Marriage for One by Ella Mays. I read this last year, and ever since then I've been thinking about it so much so I had to get a physical copy of it. And yes, this has all the tropes I like. This has marriage of convenience, kind of grumpy sunshine. But yes, I just remember when I first read this book, and it was long. What made me read this? It might have been one of those like aesthetic things with like the pictures and the music and like a quote in the middle. It might have been that made me pick this up. But yeah, I read it, and it was just like The Wall of Winnipeg in me, where I just flew through it. And I couldn't stop. It's so cute, and something happens in the middle of the book, and it just brings them closer together. And the way that Jack treats Rose and talks about her, you can just tell, and the things he does for her, you could just tell that this man was in love. For me, sometimes it's rare when I feel like the couples were made to be together, and they feel like they actually have chemistry, and their love can be like felt off the page. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, that's the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got some recommendations from this video. I should have like made it a priority to give you guys newer books, because I feel like I've said some of these before. Realizes that after I filmed the whole video. No, I feel like I did an alright job. Maybe I'll do this again, but better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.